So hang on, it's taking a second. Okay, so yeah, so for this meeting and future meetings, Nicole and I thought it would be good to combine our teams. So
I'm excited.
yeah, me too. And so we welcome Nicole, and it looks like Julie's on here.
Awesome.
So, and then today we're going to be talking, we're going to have Stefany Hiatt talk to us about her challenge groups that she's been running. You went to college to be a health coach, right?
Well, I studied public health, but for my internship, I had to do one before I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
I did a health coaching internship. So that's what I eventually wanted to get into, but I probably have to go back and get a master's to do that. So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she has all sort of background knowledge on that. And she was telling me about how she runs her challenge groups. And I was like, oh, you got to share this with the team. And she did post about it in the group, but sometimes it's good to hear it from her personally. So we're going to have you talk. And then when you're done, we're going to open it up and kind of have a discussion, because I have some ideas that I think might be fun to try. And I know Nicole. Anyway, we've been discussing some ideas, and we'd love to hear what you guys think and what has worked well for all of you too. So we'll turn the time over to you, Stefany.
Okay, cool. And at the end, I also have discussion questions, because there's some stuff that I would like help with too. So I would love input at the end.
Okay, cool.
So first off, I welcome everybody to my group using a video of me just saying, welcome to such and such challenge group, and explain to them that at the end of the group, there's an opportunity to win a prize, and that there's a point system involved. And then I tell them to check the group for the point system.
Okay.
So with the point system, sorry, are you trying to say something?
No, I'm just taking notes. So if I'm looking down at my phone, it's because I'm typing on my phone. I'm not actually ignoring you.
No worries. So the point system that I have set up is they can earn up to 10 points every single day. So first, there's 1 point for a daily challenge that they can complete. There's 1 point for reporting on a scale of 1 to 10 how they did that day. 3 points for recording their food journal for the day. And then 5 points for a completed workout.
Okay, slow down. 1 point for daily challenge.
By the way, I have this all typed up already, so I can just even send this to you.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I have it on a Google Doc, so I can just share it with whoever has Google Drive.
Way to duplicate.
My husband works there. I can't use anything else. So that's the point system. Do you want me to review that, Kelly?
I mean, I forgot. I only have the 1 point for the daily challenge.
Okay. So again, it's the 1 point for the daily challenge, 1 point for reporting on a scale of 1 to 10. So they just put I'm an 8 today, or I'm a 7 today. And then 3 points for completing a food journal. So it's just explaining what they ate for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And then 5 points for a completed workout. And some people will complete the workout and not report it, and they won't get credit for that because it has to be reported. I can't read people's minds. So then let me explain the daily challenges now and kind of break each of the 4 things down. So, sorry, someone trying to say something, because it's really skippy right now.
Nope.
Okay. So Mondays I do not necessarily a challenge. It's a motivated Monday, and I have everybody set a weekly goal. So when I start the challenge group at the beginning of the month, I have all the new challengers fill out this questionnaire, which I'll get to later. But the weekly goals are hopefully kind of smaller versions of their overall goal, so that they can eventually get their overall goal, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, for example, my goal this week that I set was to complete 5 days of workouts, only eat treats 3 days out of the 7 days of the week. So I set specific goals, and I share it with everybody. And so in the comments below, everybody's sharing their goals for the week. So that's what we do on Mondays. And so they get credit for, yeah, that's every Monday.
Okay.
So they're not necessarily completing a challenge for that day. That's just what they do for the day, and they get credit for that.
Okay.
And then the rest of the days, Tuesday through Friday, is I do different challenges. I don't do challenges Saturday and Sunday, which I'll get to later because I would like to start, but I need ideas.
Okay.
So Tuesdays, I do like Treatless Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, where they have to share like a recipe that they've tried since joining the group.
Wait, so is it just one of those, or is it one of those on a different week?
Yeah, sorry. So like one Tuesday will be Treatless Tuesday, and another Tuesday will be Tasty Tuesday.
Okay.
And another Tuesday would be Tip Tuesday. So for that day, I have like people share 3 tips for getting a workout in on a busy schedule. So something that works for them, just so everyone else can start getting ideas to help them.
Okay.
And then also like today was Transformation Tuesday, so they can post like a before and after pic for my like challengers that have been in the group for a while.
Nice.
And if they haven't been in a group for a while, I usually just have them post their before pic and why they're on this transformation journey.
Okay.
So that's some ideas for Tuesdays, and obviously you can come up with your own challenges. These are just ones that I've come up with. Wednesdays, we do Workout Wednesday, which is where you have to complete your daily workout for that day. But then on top of that, I usually do like a fun 5-minute arm workout from Pinterest or something, or a fun 5-minute ab workout. Or like I encourage them to go on a walk with like their kids. And if they can complete that and their workout, then they get the challenge point for the day. Another one I do on Wednesdays is like Work It Wednesday. So if they can score an 8 or above when they're scoring themselves that night, then they complete the challenge. So basically that's kind of just a self-evaluation. I don't monitor it. I'm not like, oh, you ate that, so you're not an 8, So that's all based off how they feel.
Work It Wednesday is just trying to get higher points or something?
Yeah. So like most of my challengers usually fall between like the 5 to 8 range, but they're not scoring much higher than an 8. So I usually try to encourage to score higher than an 8 that day.
Okay.
Or to score themselves higher than an 8. So Thursdays I do Thirsty Thursday. So like I set a goal for the amount of ounces that they should drink for water for that day. Thoughtful Thursday, I just started this past month and I really like it. I don't know if anybody else liked it, but so do you guys know what mindful eating is?
I have a guess, but I'll let you tell.
Okay. So mindful eating is just the concept of like when you have that feeling of hunger and when you have that feeling of satiety, to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. So it's really just paying attention to like our cues rather than being like, oh, it's 12 o'clock, it's time for lunch, like, but you're not hungry. Or saying like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, it's dinner time, you know what I mean. So like, yeah, not pay attention to like the time necessarily, but more of like how you're feeling. And then also being conscious of like putting your fork down after you take a bite. And not just like, because more often than not, we keep like the fork or we keep a burger in our hands, like while we're eating it, we don't actually put it down between bites. And so then we tend to eat things faster. And because of that, we're overeating because our satiety cues kick in later than we're actually full. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of explain what mindful eating is on that day, and then I encourage them to do it. And then if they feel like they had at least one meal where they were like sitting down and eating mindfully, then they complete the challenge. And then one other Thursday one that I've done is Thankful Thursday. And this isn't necessarily health and fitness related, but I feel like it's wellness related, which is a part of health. So I have them like make a list of like 5 things that they're grateful for that day and write it in their journal or write it on their notes on their phone or something like that. So that one's a simple one for people that need simplicity.
Yeah.
And then Fridays are some of my favorites. So Fridays I do Fruit and Veggie Friday. So they have to get 5 servings of both fruits and vegetable, or combined with fruits and vegetables for that day. And then I do like a flourless Friday. So no white flour. You can have like whole wheat, but So no like processed flour
Yeah.
that day, which I feel like we should be probably doing every day, but you know,
Right.
things happen. So,
Right.
and then also I've in the past I've had challengers share Shakeology recipes as a challenge. So that's been fun because then I like will collect the recipes and put them in my file section for the group, so that people can look at past challengers' favorite Shakeology recipes or whatever. So that's the daily challenges in a nutshell. The next section is the report scale. So like I said, I have everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
You're missing one Friday. No. Yeah, you're missing a Friday.
Oh, so I repeat some of them. So I didn't say that at the beginning. So like fruit and veggie Friday, I usually do like twice in a month.
Okay.
And so I don't necessarily, what was that? Oh, that might be background noise. So, yeah, I don't always.
You can't wear them. I don't know. I'm in a meeting.
It's Megan.
Oh, okay. I was like, someone talks really cute. Of course, it's Megan. Okay. So,
why can I not mute her anymore? I can't mute anyone anymore.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you know how, Nicole?
It's not showing it on my. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not showing it on my end either. So I don't. Usually it just pops up and you can choose who to mute. It's really weird.
Figured it out and muted it yourself.
Okay.
So, Thirsty Thursday is another one I'll repeat, like once or twice throughout the group. So like my more difficult challenges, I do like once or twice, just because I kind of run out of things to do, and I feel like when there's that repetition, then it gives them a chance to like be like, oh, I didn't complete that the first time, let me do it this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
so
you could always do like a freebie Friday where it's like, hey, today, pick one cheat meal this weekend, whether it's today or tomorrow or Sunday,
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Especially because I feel like my challengers and myself struggle with a lot of cheat meals on the weekends. So
I know, right?
So that'd be a good one. Okay. And then next section is the report scale. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I just have them at the end of the day when they're doing their post for the day. They like post their food journal first, and then they post what's it called, the workout that they did, and then they post if they completed the daily challenge or not, and then last they post the 1 through 10. So that's, like I said, self-explanatory.
With the food journal, like they literally write it all in the post.
Yeah, so this is something I like your input on though, because I don't have them write like the amount or the calorie amount or anything. I just like what they're eating. So like morning Shakeology, lunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwich with carrots, dinner, blah 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 blah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's into the next topic, actually, the food journal. So I'm not scoring them or giving them points based off how they ate, but just based off the accountability part. So if they're reporting, then they get the points.
Right.
And then
so the 1 to 10 is based on how they think they did that day?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like a self-reflection of their day. So did they eat clean? Did they exercise? Like, did they get enough sleep? Did they get enough water? Like taking all of that health stuff into consideration. It's just like an overall scale of how their day was.
Okay.
Health-wise. So next is the food journal part, like I was saying. So this actually, I don't know if this, I hope this helps my challengers. I know it helps the ones that are posting consistently, it really helps them.
Yeah.
For me, myself as a coach, it helps me probably 100 times more fold, because like I'm like, my challengers are watching what I eat, like, so I can't mess up,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to start doing that.
Yeah, so it's really helped me, and I'm not gonna lie, I still cheat on the weekends, and I feel bad about it because I'm like, they're gonna think I'm a terrible example. But then it helps me be better the next weekend,
Well,
so I really like that part of it.
That you're real too, and you're not
exactly
perfect.
Yeah, because like the stuff we post like on Instagram or Facebook of like always like healthy recipes. Of course, we always have our like, oh, I cheated this weekend, you know. But like then I feel like it makes me, yeah, you're right, like more authentic. Like I'm just a normal person. I'm setting my own goals. I'm still on my fitness journey. Like I don't eat perfectly 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So because every day I feel like it's a new day, like a new day to make good choices again. Like you can't just like be like, oh, my journey's over, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay. So then the last part is the workout part.
Oh, I was going to add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I stopped doing this a few months ago, just because I got a little burnout, but I was doing I was kind of doing a food journal, but I was doing it with my Fitness Pal, because my Fitness Pal, you can actually scan the barcodes of your food, and you can type in, let's say you ate at Taco Bell or something crappy. You can type in like, I had a taco at Taco Bell, and it'll say, you know, how many calories, blah, blah, blah. So, and you can also make your food diary private or public. And so I used to make mine public so that my challengers, like my people, could see it. And I'd be like, get on my Fitness Pal, because it's kind of a social app where you can see whether they worked out. They have to log in whether they worked out, and like you can see their food diary if they make it public, which people rarely do. So I kind of did something like that, and that was cool. But so I kind of brainstorming with you on like what's easier. You know, is it easier to type it all out, or is it easier to just scan it in my Fitness Pal? Or
well, the thing I do like about my Fitness Pal is it will like estimate the calories. I don't know if it's 100% accurate with the way people type it in, because I don't think people understand serving sizes 100%, like unless they've taken a nutrition class. And so, because I would have clients when I was a health coach come in and they would be like, oh, I ate this and it was this many calories. And I'm like, wait, what? That was that many calories? There's no way. It had to be way more than that. So sometimes I'm a little skeptical of it, but I think it's just because sometimes people don't know how to interpret the serving sizes and how many calories it ends up being. But I think my Fitness Pal has gotten like improved a lot since I last used it, because I went in there a few days ago and it seems like it's a lot more specific, like with the scanning and everything. So but one of my challengers actually does use my Fitness Pal, and instead of like doing the writing everything out with their food journal or whatever, she just takes pictures or screenshots of her app.
that's a good idea.
And post it. So I was thinking of maybe having my challengers like get my Fitness Pal if they wanted, or maybe making it something that I encourage them to do, and then they can just take the screenshots and post those. That way they can get kind of an estimate of how many calories they're eating too. For those that aren't doing the 21-day fix, I think that would be helpful.
It's pretty cool now, because when I first started, I started like 3 years ago using my Fitness Pal, but now like it'll give you a warning and be like, warning, you've had too much cheese. Like it's like, oh, you're way over your protein intake, or like your carbs, it kind of like,
oh, that's really cool. Yeah,
gives you a gauge. And so I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like it'll kind of teach you, it kind of teaches you too. So
yeah, I think it's really good like when you're starting out. So for new, like I fell off the wagon of using it after a while, but as a new challenger myself, like it kept me on track. So I think it's a really good thing to suggest to our new challengers.
Okay, yeah. I think I definitely want to implement that next time, because I think it could be really helpful, and just give them one more thing to stay motivated.
Then they see you on there too. They can see your your public, if you make it public. And that was, for me, it was like, oh crap, they're going to see that I ate this cookie. It was like.
In fact, in our prep week post, we do have a My Fitness Pal I think it's Monday. My Fitness Pal Monday, part of prep week, that talks about it and encourages them to download it. But then I've never been specific later that hey, use this to check in, screenshot your entry or make your entry public. I've never talked about it later in the challenge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think it'd be a good thing to mention during prep week, and then remind them during the challenge to be sure you're using that, be sure you're sharing it,
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea. I noticed that you guys did have that whenever you started your new prep week, so I didn't realize you hadn't been using it as much, because I was
not really. Yeah.
I can't remember. I had a thought about it and now I forgot it. So I might interrupt you later and be like,
Oh, it's okay. So let me get on to the next part. So it's about the workout. So like I was saying, my challengers get 5 points for completing their workout, since like that's kind of the whole shebang with Beachbody, like is about working out. So I tell them, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I tell them it doesn't have to be a Beachbody workout, but it has to be at least 20 minutes long. And the reason for that is because some days, like, it's just like impossible to get an actual workout in, and your kids are napping or something because you have to do something else. So like they can at least go outside and run for 20 minutes, like with their jogging stroller or something, because I feel like it's better than for them to get a workout in than to not get one at all. So I don't know. That's what I do for my challengers. And I feel like the working out thing is pretty good for them. It's more of like the eating right that's the biggest struggle, which I feel like it's for most people. So, and then let me talk about like the scoring now. So what I do, and like I said, I don't do the weekends. So I total up the score from each individual challenger from Monday through Friday. And then on Sunday evening, I'll announce the winner for that week. So like I was telling you before, it's all participation points based. So I don't want someone to feel like if they didn't participate as much that week that they should just give up altogether. So there's a new winner every week. And each winner for the end of that, or each winner out of the 4 weeks will get put into a drawing for a prize. Does that make sense? I explained that terribly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll have 4 people in your drawing at the end of the group.
Yeah,
right?
or like it could be like 3 people and then someone has their name in there twice. It just depends on
Gotcha.
who won that week. Yeah, so I've had that happen where like one girl, like she was so consistent and posted like everything. So she was in there like 3 times and then there was one other name. So, and that's basically the scoring. And then I was going to talk about prep week and then follow up Friday real fast. So I'll just skim through that since I think a lot of other people do that. So for prep week, what I do is I do meal plan Monday. So I send them my Pinterest clean eating board for some ideas. I also have a meal plan that I put together. It's not really like an official meal plan. It's just like ideas for what to cook for dinner and what to have for lunch and breakfasts. It's kind of like Kelly's that you put together for the 7-day clean eating challenge. I kind of just like added on, mixed some things up in there and added my own stuff. So I give that to them. And then I have them come up with a menu plan for themselves for something that they would like to cook for like the next 2 weeks. And then
Do they
Tuesday,
do that? Do they ever like post it or do they?
they don't post it, but they'll tell me if they completed it or not. Cause like, for my prep week, I don't usually have everybody prepping at the same time, which is unfortunate, but just based off when they get their challenge pack, it's like different. And so I'll send them a message saying like, hey, it's meal prep, or today it's about meal prep, so do this. And then they'll send me a message back saying, okay, I finished that. So then when they send me that message back, I can send them the next task to do.
Okay.
So then the next task is to complete the questionnaire that I was mentioning before. So the questionnaire that I have is like a woo-foo form, and I just have them make a specific goal for the challenge or for their health and fitness overall. So it could be, but I make them have like a time date that they want to achieve that goal by. And then I have a section where they talk about what obstacles and barriers they foresee in reaching their goals, or if they've ever tried to like lose weight before or go on a fitness journey before, what helped or why were they successful then, like, so that I know how to help them this time. And then I say, how confident are you that you can accomplish your goals? 1, not so confident. 10, confident. And then why are you motivated to make a change? So then I can use this form later on when I'm doing my follow-up Fridays to follow up on their goals and like say, hey, we're halfway through the challenge. How's this goal that you set going? So then on follow-up Fridays, I also ask them about like their weekly goals and if they're liking Shakeology and how their workouts are going and stuff. And then the only other thing I was going to say is during prep week, I also have them take like before picture and measurements, which I'm sure you guys all do too. and then read through like the workout program. So like if they got 21 Day Fix, read through that, and the nutrition plan. They got PIO, then read through that. So that's it.
Okay, cool. Tell me how you do, if you got people starting prep week separately, how do you do that? Do you just send them each an individual message?
Yeah, which isn't necessarily efficient, which I thought about after our call last week. I was like, I should just have a prep like group and add every single month, just add my new, like I think you kind of said this last week, but add new challengers into that group and tag them in the post for where to start. I don't know if that would be easier. That way all the information just there and I'm not copying, pasting it every time, sending it into messages, because that takes up a lot of time.
Right.
So I'm thinking just to have it all in one place, or like I could even try like a Google Doc and just sharing that with them, and it has all the prep information in like a checklist or something. So
That's a good idea.
I don't know.
I know it's hard. We've been debating, Nicole and I have been debating on that too. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
yeah.
And I don't think any of them are bad. It's just kind of what works for you.
Yeah.
Or what works best for them.
Yeah. What they actually do. Yeah.
It's like, I'm with the prep week, the frozen group, we were like, oh, that'd be good. But I just feel like they might, if you didn't, I feel like you'd almost have to tag them every day. Because if you just put them in there, I feel like they'd, and be like, hey, do it. They'd be like, nah. Like, I just, and then, but I feel like if they're getting, I'm thinking about doing the message thread where it's like a group message thread. And I'm like, hey guys, here's Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. Then I'll put them in my ongoing group.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too.
But I like the checklist idea.
Yeah. I
Like,
think that Google Doc checklist idea is awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking like if you're gonna do it all in one spot, you might as well have a checklist, because otherwise you might not get it done.
Right.
Do you
And
guys care if I take a second to? My son's crying, and I don't know.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
we'll open it up for discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, my only other, like I had told Kelly that my only other reservation about putting him in like a prep week group, a separate group, is then you have to move them over to your challenge group. And I feel like whenever you move people from group to group, you can lose people too.
Right.
So
That's a good point.
that, I don't know, that kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah. So if you did a checklist, like would we put it in the challenge group and be like, hey guys, like in the files, be like, here's a checklist. You guys need to go through this before next Monday. Like you need to do everything in this checklist before next Monday.
And then you could always just tag people in it too. Like as new people come into the group, you could
Yeah.
tag them in the checklist and say, this is where we start or something like that.
Do you think, again, I'm trying to think like realistically, if you were tagged, like Kathy, if you were tagged in a prep week group, prep week file, you know, if you were, would you be like, okay, I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to print them off and check them out. Or like, would you be like, okay, I'm going to do it and then not?
Well, I probably would do it because I have that personality. But if it was me telling someone else, I think people would be more accountable if you do it day by day.
I do too. I'm thinking if I tagged, you know, just a busy mom, typical busy mom, you know, and I'm like, hey, you've got this huge group, you needed to go through it and do it all before we start. They'd be like, okay. And then they'd be like, and life gets in the way.
And it'll be like the day before the challenge starts and they'll be like, oh, I have to do all that today. Like, yeah, the day-to-day stuff I think is really helpful because it gives it to them in like a bite size.
Yeah, so probably going to do the message thread.
What I've been doing is just going back in our group and tagging new challengers in the Monday and then the Tuesday. But I can see I only have one challenger, so I can easily do that. I can see it being really time consuming if you have different challengers at different stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you tagging them, Kathy, each day? Like let's say you get a new coach and there's already the whole prep weeks a new challenger. And you're like, hey, here's day one. And then like the next day you tag them day two.
That's what I have been doing, but I'm only on day 2.
Yeah. Well, that works.
And like I said, I only have one challenger, so it's
Right.
pretty
But that's kind of like a message thread too. Like it'd be the same thing you're doing with a message thread. So if it works for you, it works.
Oh yeah, it would work that way too on a message thread for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So fun. Either one are good.
He's so cute. He's like, what's going on?
I don't know what is up. He like never just cries to cry, but I don't know if he like needed me or something. But
He wants to be part of the.
He's like, what? Is there a party without me?
I guess so.
He's
I hope he's
cute.
not getting sick or something because he's already been sick like 3 times this month. Poor baby. So do you guys care if I like ask the questions that I had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
We'll give you our feedback, and then we're going to ask you some questions.
Okay. So whenever I first started as a coach, Kelly, you had me in like this group thread message stuff. Do you still do that? Like the group me texts?
I do.
Text group.
Okay. And what do the texts say, and how often do you like send them? Is it like everybody in the group does it, or how does that work?
So I kind of got sick of doing a bajillion groups too, like text groups. So I finally condensed it into just one, kind of like what I'm doing with my ongoing group. So I have one that's just called Chic Fit Club. It's a text group, and there's like 50 people in it right now. But so now I'm just going to keep adding people to it. I don't care if it gets to like 100, like, because you get the notification within the app, so it's not like you're getting 100 texts. And I just copy and paste the same stuff I post in my group in the app. So I'm just doing a daily post in there. Unfortunately, people aren't as like, they don't post as much in there.
Okay.
But I do have people that don't post at all on Facebook that are in there totally responding.
Okay.
So sometimes I feel like it's good for them to have like 2 different.
Like, then they can pick the one that works for them, like the best avenue that works for them. Yeah. Because I do have a lot of people that will be like, sorry, like I've been working out. I just am not a Facebook person and I don't like to check into the group. So that's maybe where they might like having a text group instead.
Yeah, because
they don't want to get on Facebook,
Honestly, I was not a Facebook person until I started coaching. So I would have done with a text group myself.
Yeah. Plus, they're always telling us, like, I think, who was it? I think it was Melanie Mitro or somebody had said, like, you always need to be prepared for, like, if Facebook took away, like, the groups or something like that. Like, how would you run your business? So you always have to have other avenues of being able to run your business. So, like, having a text group, I think, is awesome.
Okay.
I personally loved the text group during my first challenge. I felt that was the way that I really felt accountable, because people were really like, I did my Shakeology, and then all day you were kind of getting that. And I was like, oh, I got to get my work in there. And I would not have gotten that through Facebook. Right. And I did the second challenge, and for some reason, we didn't do it the second time. And I was way more lax about it.
Yeah. Right. Because it comes to you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Kathy, I think, who's your coach?
Jody.
She told me she stopped doing it because in Canada, they charge fees in like.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
So she was like, she said her phone bill was like ridiculous. So.
Oh no.
She's like, I got to stop that. So I think that's why. But yeah, my mom's in the text group. So it's kind of cool because she's not on Facebook at all, but she's constantly getting texts about what I'm eating and da-da-da. So I really like it.
Yeah, I think might need to start doing that, because there's people that just don't connect on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely the same people that don't normally post to Facebook or don't normally post to Instagram, And for me, I'm just like, I've always been a social media person, so like to text about it is just weird, but I guess it makes sense for people. And I do have some older people in my group too, and so I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, sometimes I get like a little bit sick of being the only poster in there, but I know they're listening, I know they're like getting in. So I'm like, at least I'm doing my part. Like, it's not super duper interactive. It's mostly me posting and them occasionally responding. But whatever, it's still something. It's still me helping them. So hopefully. What other questions do you have?
Let's see. I have them all written down, sorry. Okay, so one question that I had, this is my last question, but do you guys think that coaches should be included in my monthly prize drawings? Because they're posting all the time, so I don't, these are my personally sponsored coaches, so I don't include them because I'm they should be doing that anyways.
Right.
Yeah, I say no because that's their job.
And you don't want to be and the winner is my coach, that when it could have gone to a challenge,
Right, exactly.
They get it.
Okay. Yeah, they haven't said anything to me
Unless they're a discount coach, unless they sign up.
Yeah, because you really treat discount coaches like customers. So I would totally include discount coaches.
Okay.
Just not your working team members.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think you're smart.
So what do you typically do for your prize? I don't think you mentioned that.
Oh, I usually do a $15 Amazon gift. Well, I do $15 gift card. I will buy it off Amazon, so it's an e-gift card, and I give them the options. They always choose Amazon. Or I'll do last month I did a Fixate cookbook, and I just bought it from my husband's account to keep him active. I bought a few stuff. So yeah, I don't know what I'll keep doing, but the thing that sucks about I was oh, I'll just buy all of the prizes through my husband's account, but then I have to pay $20 for shipping stuff.
Oh, I know.
Every time.
It's not HD. This shipping is not cheap.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's annoying. I wonder if they have, do you find that people get all excited about a $15 gift card? Do they get all excited? Do you get a lot of interaction in your groups because of all the different, I guess, prompts and prizes that you're doing?
Probably not for the gift card, to be honest. I don't tell anyone what the prize is until the end.
Oh, you just say for the prize.
You just say drawing, you'll be in.
Everybody knows what it is though, because it's if you won the month before, then you know what it is or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know. Do you guys think it should be more? I just was waiting until I actually made more money to spend more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. No, I don't think you want to spend more than that each challenge group.
Yeah, because it gets to be kind of pricey. So I'm but I feel the people that are consistently posting, one, they're the ones that are getting results, and two, they're the ones that I know I would like to reach out to become coaches because they're already doing what we do. So
yeah, that's cool. So did we answer your last question? I can't remember.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we have questions for you guys. So we will, for prep week, one of the ideas that some of the top coaches I've heard have done is they have you have a success partner. And when I used to teach to organize boot camps, and I would assign them a team, and we did points kind of like you did, Stefany, but it was for just organization assignments. And so, but instead of assigning them a team, I just thought it'd be cool to assign them a success partner kind of, and have them tag their success partner every time they post. So it's almost so let's say that I'd be hey, Stefany and Kathy, you guys are success partners. Even if you don't know each other, every time you do your sweaty selfie, you got to tag your friend and kind of hold each other accountable. So we thought about making that part of prep week. Is hey, here's your assigned fitness friend. I think I'll call it that. Here's your fitness friend for this group, and you guys are gonna tag each other, try to hold each other accountable. Blah blah. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Yeah,
and I love it. What I love about it is it's then it's not always you as a coach being how'd you guys do today? Did you get your workout in today? So when they post, and Stefany, you have them check in with their food journal and their workout and their daily challenge. Then at the end, they could be okay, my buddy is Angela. Angela, did you get yours done today? And prompt her to post. So I don't know. I really do think it just adds another layer of accountability to the group.
And not only that, as a new coach and not really knowing anybody, it's not like, I know for myself, I'm not going to be like, hey, I don't know you. Do you want to be my success partner?
Yeah.
Whereas if you do this, then they're more likely to chat and could develop into that. So I think I like that idea.
Plus, I feel like when it's a stranger, like you'd be like, oh crap, this Amy girl's going to be tagging me. You know what I mean? Like there's almost more pressure when it's someone you don't know. So, okay, I think that's something we're going to add to our prep week. And then we thought about for prep week, well, I really want to do a Shakeology recipe post, or like one thing that one of my coach friends, Jalen, does. She has her whole team make an album of recipes. Like, you know how you can do a photo album of like a bunch of like ideas. I don't even know if they're recipes, but I think it's just like food ideas.
Yeah, didn't she say they're just like pictures, like post a picture of like chicken, rice, and veggies. Like, so it's literally just an album full of pictures of like ideas of meals you can make, right? Just pictures.
Yeah, almost like a Pinterest board without links to the recipe, you know?
Yeah.
So
Which is cool, but maybe it'd be better just to send them a Pinterest board that has links. I don't know.
Right? I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think having that album would be like super helpful, or just the Pinterest board?
Sorry, I'm like unmuting myself all the time. So I think it could be helpful, but I feel like it's just another thing to have to do too.
I know, right?
I'm kind of like that too. I don't mind Pinterest. It's something that I use and I find it easy. So I like to have all my stuff like that in the one area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, then people can repin it. Like if they would rather put on their own board, then they can repin it and keep it for later.
That's true. I like the idea of not doing it.
Same here.
And maybe, okay, here's another idea. So on Sunday, we usually, for prep week, we have like set your alarm Sunday. But we could also do, we could do Shakeology Sunday and have like, I think it's really important to talk a lot about Shakeology and why it's so beneficial, and have like your, you know, recipes from like what Stefany was saying, from all your past challengers, stuff like that. So that might be another cool one to post. Like, so maybe you post twice on Sunday for the prep week. What do you?
Yeah. So along with that, I was gonna tell you guys, like, since I don't post like challenges on Saturday and Sunday, I was thinking about doing I just almost biffed it. I was thinking about doing a Shakeology Saturday, and kind of just like for information, like telling them the different ingredients in it and like how it's helping them.
Oh, I like that. Because then you're talking about it multiple times in your group.
Yeah. And I think we might have talked about this at one of our meetings, Kelly, but I'm thinking we should do like a Google Doc with like our team and write out all the ingredients that are in Shakeology, and just like each person that's like actively working the business on our team can just like take one ingredient, study up on it, and how it's helping us. And so that way we all have a document of like what all the ingredients are and how it helps. I don't know. Do you think that'd be a good idea? It seems like it'd be pretty easy to do.
Love that. And I asked last week, like, what benefits have you guys found from Shakeology? Like, how's it helped you? Because it helps people in so many different ways, and a bunch of people posted. So we could add like testimonials of like, this has helped Natalie, you know, growing out her nails.
And I love that. And how easy would it be to just, when someone asks like, hey, I want to know more about Shakeology, you can literally just send them the link to that doc, you know?
Yeah. Awesome idea.
Cool. I can try to get that started, Kelly, if you want.
Sure. Yes. People get sick of hearing from me, so please do. Stefany, so you said Saturday and Sunday. So what would you do for, like you said, Shakeology on Saturday? Would you do anything on Saturday? Or maybe even you skip Saturday? I feel like people are not even online on Saturday.
Yeah, honestly, I skip Saturday and Sunday because no one really like.
Saturday is
kind of sucks because it's like when we're slacking anyway. So I'm like, oh, I need to be better about like doing something for them on Saturdays and Sundays.
But I kind of think that's why nobody wants to report, because they don't want to be like, I sucked today, you know.
I had a big old burrito and So maybe you could skip Saturday and then do your Shakeology Sunday. Do you think, Stephanie, that this is would be pretty easy to schedule out, like the way that you do it? I feel like you've got it set up a system that could easily be scheduled out with like Hootsuite or Postchrome. Is it Buffett? Buffer? Buffet? Just kidding. So yeah. Do you think that could be done with what you do?
Okay, sorry, repeat that. You said buffer?
Well, okay, so this is going to change your life, Stephanie. So instead of having to post each of these things every day, right? You obviously have a system that basically lasts an entire month, or at least 3 weeks. Yeah, with including prep week and then 3 weeks of those little daily challenges. You could easily schedule out an entire challenge group in one sitting using like Hootsuite or Buffer or Postchrome, some of those software programs that are free that let you pre-schedule posts in Facebook groups.
Oh, wait, those are free?
Oh yes, they're awesome.
I didn't know they were actually free, so I like didn't do it.
Yeah, like in the Revive group, you'll see anytime I post, it says posted by Postchrome.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't want to have to, I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about this group. I've already got all these other groups going, and so I just pre-scheduled it all out. So it's really, really handy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it sounds like, I love all your ideas, and I think it could easily be like fleshed out into a killer month of posts,
Yeah.
pre-scheduled.
Yeah, good idea.
So
And I should just have everything typed up so that way every month I don't have to like redo everything.
Totally. You don't have that done already?
Nope.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not efficient at all. Like I'm telling you, my power hour takes me 2 hours. Like everything takes me forever.
Oh, it comes with
Make sure you share it.
yeah, like type it out in a Google Doc, and then you can just copy and paste and schedule it, and then share it with your team.
Yeah.
And your upline team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your friend team too.
Yeah.
I'll share mine.
Yeah, I love this idea. Is that I'm trying to think. Oh, here's some ideas that I wanted to run by you guys, and then we'll wrap it up. So I told Nicole about this, but another idea Jalen and I were talking about is maybe doing because we really want to encourage them to post their before and after pictures. And I guess Stefany, tell me if you kind of already have this within your little system of posts, but she thought about like doing a drawing where they get so many points for posting their before and after, because I think that's huge. Number one, for them to see their before and after and like kind of compare what they look like before and after. And then it's kind of huge for them I don't know. I think that should be like something that's very, very much encouraged in our groups.
Yes.
Yeah. If you guys can find a clever way to do it, let me know, because that's something I really struggle with. So I don't have like any before and afters of my challengers. And all of them have lost weight and are always like, oh, I feel great. I can fit into my blah, blah, blah jeans now, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't have any pictures to prove it. So I'm just like posting on Instagram, oh, this person feels great. And like, no one cares about that. They want to see what they look like,
Yeah.
So
I kind of run the same
terrifying.
Mine don't really want to share, but one thing I like to do at the very end of the challenge is I do like a thank you post, like thank you for joining me. Then I do a link to a Woofu form, and I like want them to fill out like any suggestions they have to make the group better, how they lost, like how much weight they lost, things like that. Like it's kind of like a follow-up. And then, so you could do something like you get 1 entry into the drawing for filling out the form. You get 2 entries into the drawing for like posting a Facebook status about how much weight you lost. And maybe you get 5 entries into the drawing for posting your before and after or something like that.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways that you could spin Stephanie's idea. Like, The idea of tallying up points makes me want to poke my eyeballs out, but I still think all your engagement posts is still something you can encourage without.
Yeah, if you didn't want to do points, all the engaging and the challenges, like I really like the challenge.
And I think people would still participate, not quite as much, but and then you could still do a prize at the end for like the before and after, or for total points lost, like total percent plus. What was it that Jalen does? She does like.
She says like take your percentage of your weight loss. She has like an equation to figure out like how much weight you've lost in a percentage and then how much inches you've lost in percentage, and then you add them together. It sounds confusing to me, but she said that's like the only legit way to like make it fair for everybody, because some people will lose more inches, some people lose more weight, some people have more weight to lose, like, so to make it fair, there's like a way. We need to have her like write down that equation.
Give us your equation.
Because when she was explaining it, I was like, I don't do math.
I was like, oh, all I hear is want when you're talking math. So
yeah, but that was big. That was kind of like a $50 like cash prize for like the person who lost the most weight. So that's pretty motivating. Or lost the most weight in inches combined in your percentage.
Okay, so a couple more questions. Were you finished?
Oh, I was just going to tell you, Kelly, that so I got the point system like idea from Anita Meyer in one of her videos. And she obviously she has tons of challengers, so she doesn't sit there and count up points. So she just has them like report their points to her. Not that saying that that's something you should do, but like just saying if you did end up wanting to do the point system, like that's a way you could do it. So
yeah, or like a Google Doc. You're like, hey,
yeah, like Sunday, they have to keep track of their own points.
Like maybe every Sunday morning, you're like, hey, it's Sunday. You can even pre-schedule that, right?
Yeah.
Monday morning, and you give them a link to the Google Doc. Post your points here, and then at the end, you just look at the Google Doc and add up the points and be done.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out logistics of, because Stefany, I know you do it in a challenge group, and then you put them kind of in your forever fitness group after they graduate, correct?
No, all the new people are with the old people.
So
everyone in that
start
ongoing
this up every month, same post, same kind of program.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do like the scheduled post too, is because I want it to seem like I'm authentic and posting something different every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do that, because I feel like there's some of my challengers that like that it continues on to the next month and that they can stick with me as their coach for however long they want. But then some of my challengers are like, well, I completed the program, so I'm not going to post anymore. And so they're just sitting in the group, and I'm still following up with them, but they're like, why are you following up with me? Not like saying that, but I just feel like that vibe. So I'm like, I don't know at what point to like remove them, So
yeah,
I would say never just because even if they're not participating, like I have people that like did really well for like 3 months and then they're totally not participating now, but there might be something that they see in the group or something that pops up on their phone that triggers them to be like, all right, I kind of fell off the wagon. I'm jumping back in. Like I need to be accountable to succeed. So I'm going to jump back in. So if they're always a part of it and they can always still see what you're posting, it's always going to benefit them, even if they're not participating,
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because they can always remove themselves if they really got sick of it.
If they're annoyed, yeah, they can take themselves out or turn off the notifications or something.
Yeah. Okay, good to me. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, will that be, like, let's say you do kind of the same posts every month. You got your prep week, you got your motivation Mondays, and you're thankful, Thursdays, blah, blah, blah. And it's all kind of like, I mean, you've got it mixed up enough that it is a good variety.
But yeah, to let it get monotonous.
Sort of those same 30 posts every 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, would that?
I know. I'm trying to get new stuff now. So like, I need to give you the link, Kelly. So it's just a Google Doc, so you can put it in your team sheet Google Drive. But there's like, I have a doc that's like Lindsay Matway's like 90-day challenge group and Brittany Leggett 60-day challenge group. So I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm just compiling all the posts just as posts so I can go in and grab them for any given day. Like, so I'm not just going to have like 30 posts and then start over again. The next month, 30 posts, start over again. Like, I'm going to try and like keep things a little bit more fresh and different now that I'm doing it in an ongoing group. So like, I've like at this point, like this week, I've been like coming up with brand new posts because I feel like I've used my 30 days of posts like way too much. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm personally trying to get new content in there.
I just love automating.
I do too. It's put a kink in like my scheduling everything, like because I schedule a postcron and it's like put a kink in it because I'm trying to like come up with some new stuff. But I kind of keep thinking like, say you had 2 30-day ones and you alternate, like 1 month you do the one and then the next month you do the other and then you go back, so that it isn't like so repetitive, you know. And you could have the same system, like Stefany, you have a system of like what you talk about on any given day, but maybe like it's not the exact same post, you know.
Yeah. And you guys can change things up too. Like Thursday doesn't have to be water. It could be like share your favorite Shakeology recipe.
Exactly.
Or like workout Wednesday doesn't have to be do this workout, complete this different workout. So like I change things up so it's not like the same every single time. Even though it's the same challenge, it's not like exact.
I like that. It could be like do 30 squats or whatever, just something totally different.
Yeah.
True. Although I really do want to automate.
Simplify.
How cool
Well, what if you just sat out at the beginning of every month and then did it? Like I know it's a lot of work every month, but then you're like providing that value to your challengers too. Hey, Cohen.
Right. Stuff to think about, friends.
Totally.
Not quite sure what I'm gonna. I'm thinking for the team because we have a team group, obviously. So for the team group, I might do the schedule. For my ongoing group, I'm just gonna do my spontaneous thoughts, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
So
because for the team group, everybody in that one is going to be new anyway, right?
Yeah.
So so that's going to be for the first time for them to see all those posts anyway, and then you can just be spontaneous in your ongoing one. I think that's great.
Right.
I like that.
Although sometimes I have challengers. I thought about having some of the challengers start in my ongoing group, so it won't be quite as like. Anyway, we'll see.
Lots of ideas. That's so awesome. That's what we needed, is just ideas for people to pull what works for them. And
Well, this was awesome, Stefany. I got excited. I'm really excited because I really do want to come up with an awesome system, and I want my challenge groups to be like amazing, so that it's like, I mean, people are coming to you for results, and that's what we want to give them. And I feel like you have to sort of, come up with ideas that are going to help, like, get them moving and motivated and interacting. And, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to put them in a challenge group and then be like, peace out, good luck, you know? So I think it's important to make it, like, really valuable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. I took tons of notes, Stefany. You have some great ideas in your group.
Thank you. You guys are so nice.
Okay. One more idea. You guys can get off if you need to, but one more thing that I was thinking about. So I ran into my friend who's a health coach, and she was like, she's for a different MLM, but she's like, yeah, I'm doing this challenge for myself where I put money in a bucket or like in a jar every time I work out. She's like, I pulled out $100, and so I think she's doing it for 100 days, but I think you could do this, like, let's say you do 21 days. So maybe they get $2 every day. Maybe $1 for nutrition and $1 for their workout, and they put it in the jar. And then she said if she ever misses a day of workouts or something, she has to dump out the jar and start over.
Oh wow.
So what does she do when she, like, at the end?
And then at the end, she gets to go, like,
Shopping.
But I was like, that's kind of a fun challenge. And another thing, this is what I was going to say about my fitness pal. So that's anyway, the jar idea is like, that's kind of fun. I don't know how you would implement that, but I want to just mention it so you guys can be thinking about it. Message me if you have any ways how to implement that in the group. I mean, maybe it can just be an idea for them. But one thing my sister and I did was with my fitness pal, this was way before I was a Beachbody coach, but we were like, hey, we got to get in shape. And so we said, we both love clothes. And I was like, hey, you can have my favorite, it was my favorite skirt, pencil skirt, if I can have your gold sequin tank. And I said, you have to log in. All it was you have to log in, write down your food for every day in MyFitnessPal. And if you forget a day, you have to send me it was a tank top. And then if I forget a day, I'll send you my thing. So because studies show that sometimes people do better when they're actually going to lose something versus gain something. And so when we did that, I was like, oh no, I'm not losing my skirt. So it was just an interesting psychology thing that we didn't want to lose our favorite clothing item. And I've heard people do this with their kids where they give them a jar of $30 bills, and then they're like, hey, you have to keep your room clean for 30 days. And if I find any toys or anything on the floor, I'm going to take $1 out. And they said it was more effective to take $1 out than to put $1 in. And so I've been thinking about this for a year. How can I do that? I mean, obviously I can't be I'll give you $30 and then if you miss it, I'll take $1. I can't offer that money to all my challengers. But anyway, I'm just putting it out there in case you guys think of any ways to incorporate that in your challenge groups. Because the MyFitnessPal contest my sister and I did, it was I was logging in at midnight. I'm like, oh, I can't lose my skirt. I gotta log in. Anyway.
If anything, it like you said, it's just ideas you can give them. Maybe it's content for a blog post or a social media post that you do, or just in your group where you're sharing here's another way to keep yourself accountable, or studies show that if you take something away rather than reward yourself, so it's just another thing that you can tell them, so that if they're struggling and they want another way to stay accountable, maybe that will help. That's
true.
It would be fun to implement it in a group somehow.
I know. It'd be funny. I should just be how about you tell me one thing that you don't want to lose, and if you don't do a workout, you have to mail it to me. I like that plan.
You'd be getting all sorts of stuff.
But I'm not about to mail it to you because I got too many challengers.
Yeah.
That would be expensive. Anyway, yeah, that's a good idea. I could just do a post on that one day. Okay, well, this was great. I'm excited. Thanks so much, Stefany. You're awesome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
And thanks the rest of you guys for joining us. And have a good night.
You too. See ya.
Bye.